Hey everyone, Weston here with the Hidden Gibbon, and today I am doing another submission deck tech. We're going to do 3 versions of this. My friend Nick wanted me to go through his Jhoira deck, and so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through the original, and then I have a mid-tier bracket 4, and then I have one that's just absolutely all out, right? He wanted to kind of see like how it could be souped up, so without further ado, Nick, I hope I provide a pretty good ideas in here. Let's get straight into it. So, of course, the commander in this deck is Jhoira, Weatherlight Captain. And she has a pretty simple ability on her. She's Izzet, and it says, whenever you cast a historic spell, you draw a card. So, this is my first time going in and looking at Nick's original deck. So let's see what we have here. We, of course, have some Planeswalkers. We have Saheeli, Sublime Artificer. I really like this this commander because you get to, Planeswalker, because you get to make some servos. We have the old Tezzeret, Artifice Master. We have the newest Tezzeret, Cruel Captain. He's very strong and lets you untap artifact creatures, and if it's a non-creature artifact, you can put some counters on it. You can search your library for an artifact card with a converted mana value of 1 or less, and then you can get an emblem that turns your artifacts into creature, robots, etc. Alright, for creatures, we have some beefy boys, it looks like, and some combo pieces. So for beef, we got a Blightsteel Colossus here. We all know and love Blightsteel Colossus, Infect 1111. But what I'm really seeing in here, which I am a huge fan of combo. So what I'm seeing in here is some ping, right? We've got Coruscation Mage, we have Firebrand Archer, and we have Kessig Flame Breather, which all ping when you cast a non-creature spell. And then we have Glaring Fleshraker, which this card is really strong. And it says, whenever a colorless creature enters the battlefield under your control, deals 1 damage to each opponent. So, we also have Mycosynth Golem in here. This card needs some more reprints, first and foremost. It's a $40, originally rare from 5th Dawn, that gives that has affinity for artifacts and gives creature spells you play affinity for artifacts. We have Knuckles in here, makes a treasure. Perforos, so that way we deal damage. Okay, I'm seeing what we have here. We're making I see we can make a bunch of Thopters. All right, good. And so I'm gonna bet, Nick, that what you're gonna do is cast a bunch of non-creature artifacts for cheap. And then you're going to use your pingers and your Thopter generation token makers to be able to ping your opponents down and overwhelm them with the little dudes. So let's see here. We have whenever you cast an artifact spell, draw a card. Veldukan Archmage, and we have Steel Hellkite. And then we have Weftwalker Ardent, which is a new card from Edge of Eternities, which is whenever another creature or artifact you control enters, it pings for 1, which goes very well with Sai and some of the other cards that we saw that create tokens, right? We have our Brutaclad, Tekor Engineer, right? And we have the Glaring Fleshraker, which is whenever you cast a colorless spell, you make a 0/1 Eldrazi spawn. So being able to make all of these tokens and then being able to use them to ping people out. This is pretty good. I like decks like this. This is kind of the same concept like what my Blanca deck kind of runs around. For sorcerers, we're running 2. A classic Thoughtcast from the original Mirrodin block. Affinity for artifacts, draw 2 cards. We have Vandal Blast in here, which is destroy target artifact you don't control, or you can overload it to blow up all of your opponent's soul rings and mana rocks and such. For instance, we got 5. We got Rapid Hybridization. Okay, so we got some protection in here. Yeah, we got a bunch of protection in here. So Rapid Hybridization. We have Pungify. We have Resculpt. Okay. And then we have Desynchronization, which is return each non-land permanent that's not historic to its owner's hand. You know, I had not seen this card before. I didn't really buy any of the Assassin's Creed, so you learn something new every day. This is kind of cool. It works really well with the theme here. We have Masterful Replication. And then on our artifacts, oh man, I'm seeing some great classics. So we have Crystal Skull in here, which lets you play historic lands and historic spells from the top of your library. You can look at the top at any time. We got the old Dark Steel Forge and Dark Mycosynth Lattice. Encroaching Mycosynth, good. Genesis Chamber, Mer Turbine. Oh man, I used to run Mer Turbine in one of my decks. We have Sculpting Steel, Sensei's Divining Top. Simulacrum Synthesizer, we all know and love this from the modern era of artifacts, bam. Transmutation Font, Unwinding Clock, and Worldwaker Helm. Then, for enchantments, we've got Artificer class, where the first artifact spell you cast each turn costs 1 less. We have Efficient Construction, which is whenever you cast an artifact spell, you make a little Thopter. More of that pinging in there. We have Storm the Vault, which, if you control 5 or more artifacts at the end of turn, you get yourself a Tolarian Academy, which is pretty nice. Thopter Spy Network, Mirrodin Besiege, Mechanized Production. Very nice. And then we have 37 lands, which seems pretty good. I see the artifact lands in here. I see Academy Ruins on in here. And Uthros. Uthros, I've also been wanting to test this out too, amongst the one that I got. So Nick, if you've played with this deck since adding Uthros in it, let me know what the feel is with it, if it's really effective or not. But yeah, so pretty solid like combo deck all over. I really like it. This is a bracket 3. There's no game changers in here, right? So I would say for a bracket 3 deck, this is pretty damn strong. You have some good synergies in here, and I like it. So now next we're gonna do the mid bracket 4, and then we're gonna go to the like pipe dream no budget sort of one. So let's get started. Alrighty, and here is our mid bracket 4 Jhoira deck. We're gonna come right through. You're gonna see that we have 3 planeswalkers this time. We have Ugin Eye of Storms added in, which is whenever you cast this spell, exile up to 1 target permanent. That's one of our colors. And whenever you cast a colorless spell, exile up to 1 target permanent. That's one or more colors. And then you can gain some life, add some mana, and then you can search for a whole bunch of things and exile them, and then you can cast them. Ugin the Ineffable lowers your historic costs, or your colorless costs. So I leaned really hard into solid combo with this upgrade here. So what I did is I added a whole bunch of the cards that make things cheaper, right? We have Enthusiastic Mechanaut, we have Ethereum Sculptor, Jhoira's Familiar, Foundry Inspector, right? But you're going to notice some other combo pieces in here. So we have Thassa's Oracle, and we have Labman in here. The goal of this deck is going to be to try to combo out and try to draw through your deck. We still do have the Glaring Fleshraker in here because he is just too good to not include, because those colorless Eldrazi spawn do generate mana. We have Hullbreaker Horror in here, which is really strong. And what you can do with Hullbreaker Horror is you get this in play, and then say you have your Foundry Inspector or your Enthusiastic Mechanaut or any of the other cards that lower your historic costs. Well, what you can do is you get 2 1-drop or 0-drop artifacts, and you drop 1, and then you can return something, then you can drop the other and return it, and then you can just keep going back and forth, comboing out infinitely. We have Momenon in here, who lets you play artifact cards from the top of your library. We have Metalworker in here. Look at that little robot shooting something with a laser. Phyrexian Metamorph. We did throw Vivi Orniteer in here, and Urza Lord High Artificer. Vivi is 100% going to end up on the Game Changers list. There is not a reality in which this card does not end up on the Game Changers list. We have 4 sorceries in here. We've got Fabricate, Thoughtcast, Ponder, and Jeska's Will. Jeska's Will is very strong, gives you the mana, etc. For instance, we're running Brain Freeze, to mill out. You can even mill yourself out, you know, because you've got the Thassa's Oracle, you have the Lab Band. We have Cyclonic Rift. We do have Hercules Recall. And so what you're going to want to do is, if you dump all of these things and you have a whole bunch of them out on the field and they're all costing cheap because of your reduction, you're going to Hercules Recall them back to your hand, so that way you can replay them all drawing through your deck. We also have War of Invention in here for tutoring. For artifacts, we are running 31. We are not running a small amount of artifacts. We're going to have a combination of mana rocks, things that make things cheap, and things that are just generically strong. So we have Aetherflux Reservoir in here, which is a combo piece, which is whenever you cast a spell, you gain a life, and then you can shotgun somebody for 50 if you pay 50 life. We have Darksteel Forge still in here. Wanted to keep that core in there. So we are also running Krark Clan Ironworks, so we can sacrifice some artifacts to gain some mana, which actually, Nick, since this is not a game changer, and since you produce so many Thopters in your original version, if you can pick up a Krark Clan Ironworks, I would highly recommend it, because then you can sack those Thopters to generate mana to dump more stuff into play. We have the Lightning Greaves in here, Darksteel Relic. It does nothing, but it's indestructible and it costs 0, which you can help combo with. Helm of Awakening makes your stuff cost cheaper. Oh, sorry, this is what I get for recording at 1:30 in the morning. Mana Vault. We have Forsaken Monument. We have Mox Amber. Sapphire Medallion. We have Mystic Forge. Mystic Forge combos with Top. So if you have a cost reduction piece like Helm of Awakening or any of the ones up top, Top costs 0. You can play things from the top. So you can play Top infinitely, and then you can Brain Freeze. That is another combo piece in here and able to kill off your opponents. We have Sculpting Steel. We kept the Simulacrum Synthesizer in here. We got Soul Ring. Stone of Eric. I'm really high on this card. I'm always really high on this card. If a creature an opponent controls would die, exile it instead. You can sacrifice it to get rid of somebody's graveyard. We have Uthros in here, Researchcraft. Uthros Research. Whenever you cast an artifact spell, you draw a card and put a charge counter on the spacecraft. So it's another draw engine, right? So if you can get both this and your Jhoira out, you can draw 2 for everyone. It's a slightly better version of the artifact draw card that was added in your original version. Then we have Voldalkan Ari, so you can cast your things at instant speed. Unwinding Clock to untap all artifacts you control during each other player's untapped step. And, of course, the One Ring. Enchantments, we're running a pretty standard scary package of we're running the Fish, we're running Heuristic Study, and then to draw us even more cards, we have Teferi's Ageless Insight. For lands, we're running 36. Not going all the way down yet. You'll see what the next one looks like. But we've got Academy Ruins in here. Help get some of our artifacts back just in case. Cavern of Souls to make Jhoira uncounterable. We have Ancient Tomb. Darksteel Citadel. So we do have some of those artifact spells in here. We are also trying Uthros in this deck. Like I said, if you've played it before and managed to get it to work, let me know. Then we've got Volcanic Island, and we have Urza's Saga. All right, so please let me know what you think of this mid-bracket 4. This one's coming in at about $4,100, so not the cheapest budget in the world, but if I recall correctly, you wanted me to kind of push the power level, see what it can do, and so this is mid-tier 4, and now, without further ado, we're gonna go to the Pipe Dream deck. See it here, and here is high bracket 4. As you can see right here from the budget, we're sitting at $13,330. This is not a small number, it is a big number. And as you can see, we are running 17 game changers in here, 2 mass land denial cards, and we are also running 5 tutors. So, without further ado, let's get into it. We're not running any Planeswalkers this time, although I think the new Tarkir Ugin could make his way into this deck. And then we have 21 creatures. We're running Berkey, just like in the last one, so you can add mana for the things that you're in. We have the cost reducers with Enthusiastic Mechanot, Ethereum, etc. same package as before. We're running Ragavan to get us generic value, Momentum for combo purposes, and then we also have our 0-cost historic spells. So we have Memnite, Ornithopter, Phyrexian Walker. We're running Rogak, Son of Roga. We also have the Roaming Throne in here to trigger maybe Jhoira twice. We have Urza. We are running Vivi again. We have the Reality Chip, Trinket Mage, and Spellskite. Spellskite is really good for making sure that people with targeted spells target something other than your Jhoira. For sorceries, we're running Gamble. It's a tutor. And then for instance, we are running Brain Freeze, Cyclonic Rift, Deflecting Swap, Fierce Guardianship, Force of Will, Mana Drain, Mental Misstep, Mystical Tutor, and Pact of Negation. So rather than go with our spot removal and spot protection, we're going with a much more defensive counter magic package. For artifacts, we're running 34. Here you're going to see a bulk of a whole bunch of cards, some of which do nothing on their own, but are in here because they are 0-cost and you can get them into play fast and play them from the top. So we have Jeweled Amulet in here, but so many mana rocks, right? We're running all the Moxes and Lion's Eye Diamonds that we can, right? We have Chrome Mox, we have Basalt Monolith, Grim Monolith, Felwar Stone, Lion's Eye Diamond. We're bringing back the Kruk Clan Ironworks. We have Lotus Petal, Helm of Awakening, Manifold Key. Could probably throw Voltaic Key in here. We have Mox Amber, Mox Diamond, Mox Opal, Mycosynth Lattice, Mystic Forge. We have Top once again, Soul Ring, Spellbook. So then we also have some not so nice spells. Oh yeah, I did put Voltaic Key in here. So some of those are, we have Static Orb. If it's untapped, players can't untap more than 2 permanents during their untap step, but we have Unwinding Clock, so we don't care about that. We have Winter Orb in here because ideally you're going to be dumping everything without needing your lands. And we also have Topor Orb, so creatures entering the battlefield don't cause abilities to trigger. Kind of a hate piece on your opponents. We have Welding Jar in here as well. For enchantments, we're running Underworld Breach, which is each non-land card in your graveyard has Escape. We have Rhystic Study, we have Mystic Remora, and we have Words of Wind, which Words of Wind is from not Invasion. I always forget what the little spider-looking morph set was. The next time you would draw a card this turn, each player returns a permanent he or she controls to their owner's hand. So this combos with Bergie, so you can do that top combo we talked about where you constantly bounce it, and when you cast it for free, you get to add a red mana. Well, then you pay your red mana and you can bounce everybody's everything to their hands and lock them out of the game. We are only running 30 lands in here, and that is because of how many low cheap combo pieces we are running. Cavern of Souls, the big value town cards in here. We have City of Traders at almost 500. We have Ancient Tomb at 100. We have Mishra's Workshop at 3,700. And we have a Tabernacle at Pendrell Vale, since we're not going to be playing a lot of creatures, but your opponents might. We have Urza Saga and Volcanic Island, and then some fetches. For some, the fetches are mostly in here for shuffle effects. As you can see, we don't have that many fetch targets. Well, that is these 3 versions of Jhoira. Nick, let me know what you think of all 3 versions. Well, obviously you like your original version, so let me know what you think of the tinkering ones I did. Did I do a good job at pushing the power level like you wanted? And for anybody else, let me know what you guys think of these 3 versions of the deck. Let Nick know what you think of his original version. But as always, I am Weston with the Hidden Gibbon, and I will see you all in the next Deck Tech video.